Per the AP, President Donald Trump leaped to the defense of Attorney General Pam Bondi on Tuesday in the face of mounting criticism from far-right influencers and conservative internet personalities over the Justice Department's abrupt refusal to release documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking investigation. When a reporter attempted to ask Bondi about Epstein at a White House cabinet meeting, Trump headed off the questions and scolded the journalist. "Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, or having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration," he added. The comments appeared to signal continued job security for Bondi and amounted to a striking rebuke of members of Trump's base who have called for her resignation and mocked her for what they say is her failed commitment to release incriminating files from the Epstein investigation. A supposed Epstein client list that Bondi once intimated was sitting on her desk for review does not exist, the Justice Department acknowledged in a two-page memo Monday that further riled conservative critics who'd been hoping for proof of a government cover-up. Tech billionaire Elon Musk, the former Trump advisor, who has said he is forming a new political party, posted Tuesday on his X platform, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?" Bondi has faced pressure after a first document dump she hyped failed to deliver revelations. Far-right influencers were invited to the White House in February and provided with binders marked "The Epstein Files Phase 1" and "Declassified" that contained documents that had largely already been in the public domain. After the first release fell flat, Bondi said officials were poring over a truckload of previously withheld evidence she said had been handed over by the FBI and raised expectations of forthcoming releases. But after a months-long review of evidence in the government's possession, the Justice Department said in Monday's memo that no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. The department noted that much of the material was placed under seal by a court to protect victims, and only a fraction of it would have been aired publicly had Epstein gone to trial. I guess we can stop talking about this. Except let's not stop talking about this. Here's the thing. This case is as close to a smoking gun as you can ever have, when it comes to a political conspiracy. Jeffrey Epstein was the linchpin for the U.S. intelligence services. He's connected to billionaires. He's connected to U.S., Israeli, Saudi Arabia intelligence. The man has connections from William Barr to William Barr's father, who gave him his first job. Epstein seems like he was just sort of handpicked for this strange role that appears to be just facilitating prostitution and blackmail material for intelligence services and for billionaires who are, into that sort of thing. All of this time, we have been told, or at least we have been fed this idea that Trump and his supporters are behind, the push for the release of these files. It's been building and building and building. This is an issue that's gone over two different terms of the same president, and we should have expected this, to be perfectly honest, because the thing is, no one has been closer to this guy than Donald Trump. Donald Trump referred to him as his best friend. They're seen partying together. He's been on his plane, the Lolita Express, disgusting, several times, at least 8 times, I believe. He's on camera saying that, my best friend Jeff, he loves girls, especially young ones. Donald Trump's, the fact that he was involved in a civil case where he was accused of raping a woman, fact that Epstein apparently bragged about introducing Trump to Melania, that Melania may have worked at one of his golf courses when she was underage. We've got Epstein's connections to media figures like, I believe, Les Wexner. You've got connections to various Israeli out-and-out affirmed spies, people who have come out and said that he literally did honey trap work for them. He's connected to 2 different Khashoggis, Uncle Adnan Khashoggi, who is connected to Iran Contra, which is apparently Epstein dealt in arms at one point. This guy's a real wonderkind, He's, prostitution, pedophilia, and arms dealing. That's the other funny thing. I guess Trump's kind of swimming in this guy's wake because he bought 2 different yachts from 2 different Khashoggis, uncle and nephew, one named Lady Ghislaine. Pretty crazy. Maybe you're asking yourself, though, what's the point of all this? Like, what does this mean, this connection between Trump and Epstein? Would his base even care about this? Should we continue to care about this after it's clear that, I mean, these files are probably not going to be released, or they're not going to go away, or, that they're just going to stop investigating it? Yeah, we need to care about this because this is the silver bullet for the people in power in this country. This case has everything. It's every piece of dirty laundry that these people are involved in, every secret that they've got, every little bit of power can be taken away just by revealing who they really are. And it connects everybody. I mean, you've got connections to Bill Clinton, you've got connections to other political figures, celebrities. The fact that all of these figures, who seem to have nothing in common other than their wealth and their power, all seem connected by this one guy, this one figure who mysteriously killed himself after a mob hitman tried to kill him a few weeks before that.
The Epstein cover-up is in full swing. Not only is the Epstein cover-up in full swing, the MAGA cover-up of its previous upsettedness about the Epstein cover-up is in full swing. I want to cover the grotesque nature of this as bluntly as I can. Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, as has been thoroughly documented for decades now, were the closest of friends for about a 20-year period. They partied together, they did business together, they traveled together. Trump took his jet 7 times to various places that we know of. All of these things, this relationship led to Donald Trump being at a position in the world where there are more photographs of him with Jeffrey Epstein than Jeffrey Epstein with any other person. There are more photographs of Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. Think about that again. Than with Jeffrey Epstein with any other person. Even Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime companion, the relationship was undeniable, and so was Epstein. Epstein's behavior in court filings, in the Florida case against him, in the federal case, were monstrous. And here's the sickness that this instantaneous or near instantaneous MAGA accommodation with the cover-up presents. It's not just that the MAGA folks are taking a giant dose of copium, which they are. They're smacking a big old needle full of copium right now. The problem with their copium is this. The MAGA cover-up, the Epstein cover-up, is fine because, well, Joe Biden obviously destroyed all the evidence, is one of their excuses. Or Donald Trump is secretly blackmailing the deep state with this information, is one of their excuses. Or we've got to protect future prosecutions, is one of their excuses. Or the identities of the victims have to be protected, is one of the excuses.
We can't let this case go. The case cannot be let go because it's too good. It's too powerful. This is like Deep Throat on steroids. This is not taking down one person in power. It's everyone. Every single person has some connection to this. And every single power structure that we have in this country is in some way connected to it. We've got arms deals through Saudi Arabia and Israel. We've got intelligence services, CIA, the Israeli intelligence, the Mossad. We've got billionaires, people who run our daily lives. We've got essentially the entire just main sort of superstructure of the capitalist society of the United States wrapped up and connected to this one college dropout who apparently tried to get a guy named Steven Pinker to clone his dog. That's another thing. Forget about the fact that it's horrible and evil and, this could bring down all the worst people in our country. It's just crazy and it's fun. So let's keep talking about it.